In the 1980s, society's biggest threat was heroin. By the year 2000, it was prescription pills. But in 2026, the most dangerous drug isn't something you inject, smoke, or swallow. It is something you are doing right now. We are living in the era of hyperconsumption. But I'm not just talking about buying clothes or the new iPhone. I'm talking about the consumption of everything. Fake news, staged lives, 15-second dopamine hits, and even those so-called intellectual ideas you consume on podcasts. We have built a world where we no longer experience reality, we simply consume it. And the dealers? They are right there, in your pocket. It all starts with a sound. Ding. Let's look closer at this new form of university, the podcast. On the surface, it looks solid. Studio quality, calm, confident tone, long, 3-hour discussions that create an illusion of depth. You listen because you respect these people, and often, for good reason. They are great comedians, talented athletes, or simply charismatic speakers. But here lies the trap. We make a logical error. We assume that success in one area automatically grants wisdom in all others. Suddenly, a person who spent their life in a ring or on a stage becomes your main source on geopolitics, virology, or the global economy. But that is not the main point. The point is that this, yet another drug added to your daily routine, is created for one purpose: to make money. The YouTube algorithm doesn't pay for truth. It doesn't pay for "I don't know" or "it's complicated." The algorithm pays for retention. And the podcast partners, they don't care about facts. They don't care about opinions. They don't care who sits in that chair. They only care that the advertisement reaches the end consumer. The longer the video, the more ads. The sharper the opinion, the more comments. They are not teachers, they are businessmen. And those 3 hours are not designed for your education. They are designed to sell your time to the advertisers. You listen because you want to learn. You want to feel smarter. You convince yourself that you are part of the intellectual elite simply because you sat through a 3-hour conversation. Let's move from the ear to the eyes. Let's talk about your heroes. 15 years ago, they were distant gods. You could only see them on a stadium field, a concert stage, or a cinema screen. They were unreachable, but now you can have them. Right here, sitting next to you at breakfast, lying with you in bed. Social media gave us a miracle, access, but with this gift came a curse. It turned a human connection into a storefront. Look at their feed. Are they really sharing their struggles in sport? Are they truly talking about the art of their career? No, they are holding a bottle of shampoo. They are smiling a fake smile for a discount code. They are using your admiration to sell you a face cream. They use almost all of their time not to inspire you, but to extract value from you. It looks beautiful. It looks glamorous, but it feels empty. It is like a winter sun. It shines bright, but there is no warmth. And to be fair, there is nothing wrong with making money. When the opportunity exists, you take it. But we have to ask ourselves, is everything really okay with us? We think we control the technology in our hands, but in reality, we are being trained. Like dogs. That notification on your screen isn't just information. It is a biological hack, a spike of dopamine delivered exactly when you are weakest. We have been consuming this stream for so long, in such high doses, that nothing surprises us anymore. Imagine this: a woman stabbed in the back on a busy street, a child shooting his classmates at school, leaked nude photos of a celebrity. Your reaction? Nothing. You just scroll down. Why? Because we are domesticated. We are taught to see everything, consume everything, and absorb everything without a filter. We have become numb observers, but the truth lies elsewhere. The main question isn't, why is this happening? The question you are too afraid to ask yourself is this: Do I really need this endless stream of informational filth? And more importantly, do I still have the power to say no? So, who is supplying the drug? At first glance, they look different. In one corner, the vapid influencer pushing an energy drink. In the other, the intellectual podcast host discussing stoicism, politics, or the economy. You think these are two different worlds? Think again. They both operate on the exact same model, the storefront. Ask yourself one simple, uncomfortable question. Would any of these videos, would a single honest product review, or even one of those 3-hour podcasts about saving the world even exist? If there wasn't a beneficiary, the answer is no. Nobody turns on a camera without a reason. The influencer sells you a cream because they got paid. The podcaster sells you an idea just so you buy his book, his course, or simply so Squarespace pays for the ad break in the middle of the video. They don't create content for you. They create content because you are the product that they sell to the advertisers.
Look at them, Buddha. In my time, people sat in a cave watching shadows on a wall, thinking it was reality. Now, they carry the cave in their pockets.
They seek happiness where it cannot be found, Socrates. It is the eternal thirst. Do you see those lights? That endless stream? It is Mara, illusion. They consume images, sounds, other people's thoughts, hoping to fill the void inside. But the more they drink of this salt water, the thirstier they become.
Look closer. That man on the screen speaking to them, and the one in their headphones telling them how to live. The crowd listens to them like an oracle. But I have a question. If you took away that man's gold, if you removed the little button that brings him profit, would he still speak? Would he still care about their self-improvement?
No, without the beneficiary, the wheel would stop turning. The speaker would go silent. The merchant would vanish. It is commerce, dressed in the robes of wisdom.
Exactly. That is the greatest deception. They think they are free citizens choosing their information. In reality, they are slaves who no longer notice the chains. Then perhaps it is time to ask them the only question they fear. Do you control your life, or is it controlled by the one who pays for your attention?
This is the end of my first story, and I know what you are thinking. Who is he to tell me this? And you are right. I am not a teacher. I do not have a wall covered in degrees, and I have no desire to become another life coach telling you how to breathe or how to make your first million. I am simply an observer, just like you. I also have a phone in my pocket. I also feel that same craving for dopamine. I am also part of this system. But I see something that scares me. Every day I see how we drift along, how people I love slowly turn into statistics in an algorithm spreadsheet. These new drugs, they have no smell, they have no taste, but they take something from us far more valuable than health. They take away the present. I have nothing against technology. The internet is a miracle, but consumption, mindless, uncontrolled consumption, has turned us into slaves who lock their own chains. Who is to blame? Influencers, corporations, algorithms? It would be easiest to blame them. But deep down, you know the answer yourself. This channel will not be about success. It will not be about how to become a better version. I just want to touch on topics we are afraid to touch. I want to open my eyes, where it is more comfortable to keep them closed. Maybe I'm wrong. Or maybe just one of my videos will make you put the phone down and look at the real sky instead of a picture of it on a screen. If that happens, my job is done. And now, the best part, the irony. The algorithm demands that I say this. The rules require that I play the game. So if you want to see the next episode and continue feeding this machine, click subscribe.